I'm travelling to Phillip Island to ride in the Victorian State Championship event for the GT Racing BMW team that regularly compete in the Australian Superbike Championship. Glen Allerton would normally ride for this team, but he got injured in the night series event, so they wanted to still come and ride the circuit because it's been resurfaced recently. There's a lot of talk and interest in what the circuit surface is like and how it will affect the wear on the tyres, the grip level, how the setup of the bike will be altered. So it's still important for the team, even though Glenn can't ride, to have a bike out on circuit and gather some information. So when they race here at the opening round of the Australian Superbike Championship, which is merged with the opening round of the World Superbike Championship, they have some information to start with.
So, and it's almost like it cuts in. Like you feel like you're trying to introduce a ride and it's quite sharp, and as soon as we go, alright, now I want to go, I go to go and then just go through.
This bike isn't the bike I've been racing in the night series. This is the GT Racing team's own machine, but it's very much the same build spec, so it matches the Australian Superbike rules, which is the same as British Superstock, so that's the best way to compare the two. So like the same as British Superstock BMWs, all the standard fitment electronics are available to use. So it does have torque maps, anti-wheelie, traction control, slide control, these sorts of parameters that are adjustable within the standard BMW racing package. So I have quite a variety of adjustments and electronics to get used to. I've had the opportunity to do quite a lot of riding in the off-season with this night series that takes part at the Sydney Motorsport Park. However, that's just one circuit. Every time I ride, I'm on the same track. So to go to Phillip Island was interesting to me. So when I was asked to help the team out, it was motivating to go and ride one at Phillip Island because it's a good circuit anyway, but also just to mix it up a bit and add some more variety to my off-season riding that I've been doing.
had a day of practice and then had a few qualifying sessions, qualified third, and then we had one race and had a wheel speed sensor cable touch on the front disc, so it got cut. And with the standard BMW electronics, it's got traction control, anti-wheelie and all these sorts of fancy rider aids. So without the wheel speed sensor, everything kind of goes into a safe mode and you lose a lot of power. So bit of a disappointing finish to the race. We're supposed to have another race this afternoon, but the schedule has run overtime, so we'll see if we can get all the races tomorrow and the one we've missed today.
The wear pattern wasn't so bad, as in it was quite okay to look at the tyre, but the consumption, the actual amount of tyre that you used in a short number of laps was very high. So the tyre was wearing out very quickly. Also, they unfortunately introduced a lot of unnatural bumps to some of the corners. So they're not like short, sharp bumps that you feel through like the handlebars on the bike in a sort of a sharp way, but kind of like rolling, floating wave type bumps. And track's very fast and flowing, so you spend a lot of time at lean angle. So when you're trying to maximize the angle and speed and then going over these rolling bumps, it's quite limiting to what you can achieve. Also, it's not always on the racing line, so if you're on the perfect line, then you can avoid some of the bumps. But if your bike's not working exactly as you want it to, like I was trying to find a particular point in apex and the bike wasn't achieving that, it was running quite a bit wider than where I wanted to be, so I ended up on these bumps, which was compounding the problem.
Something happened to him in the straight, I hit him and went to the grass.
Yeah.
Well, not the grass, but off the track.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after that, the brake kept fading. So if you hold it, it just comes back in. You pump it up, and you hold it, and it just keeps closing. So, Perforce is on the right of me. So I couldn't go to the right, so I had to go between starring and the ripple strip, and I hit starring, and then like got in the tank slapper and went off onto the ripple strip into turn one. The brake lever was down, so I was just going in with like no brakes, just ran really wide in turn one. I lifted the lever up and got going again, and then I went on the brakes into Honda, and the lever just came back to the bar. So I was thinking, what's he doing? And I looked forward and saw starring was like slowing up, and I just missed cleaning up the back of starring. Well, I didn't miss him, I hit him, but right, and I was like, fuck. So I went hard left and obviously didn't clear. I flipped you.
Wouldn't be too many people that have such limited time to react. If it wasn't racing with other top riders.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's good, got a brake. So I carried on, went into Honda, and the lever just come back to the bar. So something must have got like damaged through the impact.
Yeah.
Because it just, just had no brake. So finished up here today. Went through quite a lot of changes. That was actually the objective, to help Glen and give some feedback whilst he's out injured. Yeah, obviously I wanted to just focus on me and do what works for me best, but had to bear in mind that this is to try and help him. So we've made some good changes, give lots of feedback to him and the team. So
hopefully that's some value, and got away with a near bad accident in the last race we were just in. Brian had a problem with his bike and in the straight, and I had to veer him to avoid an accident, and we just clipped, which damaged the brake, so I had to exit the race. But yeah, just really fortunate that it wasn't a bigger impact and we didn't come down, so that's super important for our health and going home safely.